This is really, really wacky. As Tucker told us in the last segment, New York City Mayor Bill de Blasio did say to Brazilian President Jair Bolsonaro, don't come to New York if you're not vaccinated. You gotta be vaccinated to go into places. Don't do it. Don't do it. Bolsonaro spoke yesterday at the UN. Apparently, he's supposed to keep his mask on all the time because he's not vaccinated, as far as we know. Now, it's also possible he actually is vaccinated, but this is all, his political posturing. We don't actually know, but let's assume he's really not vaccinated. I believe he's supposed to keep his mask on all the time. He took it off during his UN speech anyway. What I absolutely love is that because New York City has this requirement for vaccination to eat indoors at restaurants, there are now pictures of Bolsonaro and his entourage standing outside of a pizza shop, eating pizza on the sidewalk because he's not allowed into restaurants. And it actually seems like this was a really good idea because his health minister, who traveled to the United States with him, has tested positive. The New York Post reporting on this. I know, the New York Post. Brazil's unvaccinated president was spotted this weekend eating pizza on a sidewalk in New York City, where tourists and residents who are unvaccinated for the virus are barred from eating indoors. Bolsonaro was pictured with several other members of his delegation. In an Instagram post Monday by Gilson Machado Neto, Brazil's minister for tourism, the photo was captioned, "Let's go for pizza with Coca-Cola." The Brazilian president is the only G20 leader who has not been vaccinated for the virus, has repeatedly defended his decision, citing his battle with COVID last year. Why take the vaccine? To have antibodies? Isn't that right? My antibody levels are way up high. Now, as a reminder, if you are recovered from COVID, you should still get vaccinated. The immunity and antibody levels are much higher if you get vaccinated. We talked about that last segment and it bears repeating. But here's where it gets really interesting. Brazil's health minister tests positive for COVID in New York City. Which guy is this in the picture? Is this guy in the picture? I can't even tell. Is it one of these? Oh, I think, is it this guy back over the shoulder? Look at this. Brazil's health minister, Marcelo Quiroga, tested positive for COVID hours after accompanying President Jair Bolsonaro to the UN General Assembly on Tuesday. Quiroga will remain in New York on quarantine, the government's communications office said. The minister is doing well. The rest of the delegation tested negative. Quiroga told CNN Brazil he wore a mask the entire time he was in the UN building. Bolsonaro, a vaccine skeptic, defied UN rules that asked all those attending to be vaccinated. He has bragged about not getting vaccinated. This is absolutely and utterly insane. What is good? Well, I guess what we could say that's good is Bolsonaro is not looking so good in the polls in Brazil. And it would be a really great thing to remove this guy in a humiliating and absolutely embarrassing way. Let's hope that that happens. And what a just pathetic guy. I mean, it really is like Brazilian Trump in many, many ways. We'll have more coverage of this on our Instagram. Find us on Instagram at David Pakman Show. Back right after this. One of our sponsors is Four Sigmatic, the company best known for their delicious mushroom coffee. Four Sigmatic's mushroom coffee is organic, fair trade, single origin Arabica coffee with both lion's mane and chaga mushrooms. Chaga mushrooms have actually been shown to have potential in supporting the immune system in peer-reviewed studies. I've been drinking Four Sigmatic coffee a lot lately. It actually doesn't taste anything like mushrooms. It just tastes like any delicious coffee, but it's really easy on my stomach, doesn't give me any jittery feeling or a midday crash. And they have over 20,000 five-star reviews. And best of all, if you don't love it, you'll get 100% of your money back because they stand behind their product. You've got nothing to lose by giving it a try. Four Sigmatic is giving my audience up to 40% off and free shipping when you go to foursigmatic.com/Pakman. The link is right underneath this video.